Well, it is officially 12:02, so I'll go ahead and ring the bell here and get us started. Good to see everybody. Happy Thursday. Today is our March 18th, 2021 meeting for the Rotary Club of Newport, and this is Zoom meeting number 44 for anyone that's counting. Sure would be nice if we can get back to a hybrid by number 50, but we'll talk about it. Things are moving in the right direction at least. So let's see, how about the pledge? Let's see, Richard, you're in the square. Oh, Marcia has her hand up.
Oh gosh, do I get a prize for having my hand up?
Absolutely.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All
right, thank you, Marcia. So a couple announcements before we get into things today. We had a really good four-way test speech contest last week. Daisy O'Hearn took first place and Samiha Mahmood took second, and both of them will be representing us in the semifinals in May. And then depending on the results there, they may get to go to the finals in probably August. The finals we're hoping will be held in person at the district conference, slated to be in Eugene. And I think DG Cindy, originally it was going to be in May, and they decided that it would be a little safer to postpone to August to be able to have it in person. So fingers crossed on that one. A couple days ago, we had a really good Seize the Day fundraising committee meeting, and I thought I would call on Sonia to give us some updates on progress there with Seize the Day.
Okay, so we are planning to hold the Seize the Day, and for those of you who don't know, which I don't think is anybody, the Seize the Day is our fundraising event where we drop up to 5,000 little rubber dolphins onto a giant target at the fairgrounds at the Lincoln County Fair. So I revised my introduction of what the Seize the Day is, because we learned the other day that Life Flight will not be able to do the drop for us out of a helicopter. The current status is I am going to check with Lance at the airport to see if there's any other helicopters that he might be able to recommend that might be willing to do it. And then our second backup plan is to reach out to the fire department to see. They were our rescue last year and ended up doing the drop from their extension ladder at the fair. So we're going to see if we cannot get a helicopter, then I will reach out to the fire department to see if we could plan on them, again, letting us use the fire truck and the extension ladder, assuming, of course, that they're not on an emergency call. We are planning on doing the drop on Monday, July 5th at 4 p.m. And if it's not the fire department, we'll find somebody else with an extension ladder that we can do it from. But that's our current status. And where we are right now, we do have a number of great prizes. We have, we've got a couple of great sponsors, Local Ocean that Diane Nelson was able to get to donate $500 last year, and we're moving that over to this year's amount. But we are looking for some more sponsors, and we will be starting ticket sales. We're hoping for mid-May. And I see my internet connection is unstable, so hopefully I'm not coming out as sounding like I'm underwater. Okay, I will stop talking at that.
All right, well, thanks, Sonia. Yeah, we had you loud and clear, and thanks for the update. If anybody has a helicopter, let us know. We could use a backup plan. So I realized I forgot to introduce guests before I got into the announcements. I see we have our Students of the Month here today, and Melinda Dye from Newport High School, who we'll get to in a few minutes. Do we have any other guests aside from Forrest, who I see is future Rotarian, with us today? Doesn't look like it. So I don't think I missed anybody. We also have an opportunity to send some representatives from our club to help vote for the next district governor for Rotary. And Jim, why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Thank you, President Saxton. So this is an invitation that PDG Rick Olson sent to Freddie and me a bit ago. And we want to open this to the club for an opportunity to attend the business meeting, which is coming up on May 1st, 2021. I'm not sure what time of day it is, but Saturday, May 1st, 2021. The duties of these delegates, we are authorized 3 delegates at the Rotary Club of Newport, Oregon. The duty of these 3 delegates will be to vote on the committee that will select a future district governor of District 5110. So this is a committee to vote on candidates for a future district governor. It's 2025, if I recall correctly. But we're looking for anyone interested to volunteer to be a Rotary Club of Newport delegate to the committee that will select the committee that will choose a future district governor.
I'll volunteer.
Thank you, Jim. I will annotate that and add you to the list. We have at least 1 space left available if anyone is interested in going on Zoom to participate in the May 1st, 2021 virtual meeting, business meeting of Rotary District 5110.
All right.
Freddie?
I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to throw Sonia under the training opportunity as presumptive club president. It may be something that she would like to be involved in, and so unless she yells and tells me that she's not coming home this afternoon, that may be what we'll do.
I'd be happy to do it, Jim. Thank you for throwing me under the bus. I mean, volunteering for me.
Training opportunity, not under the bus, nothing like that. Thank you, Jim, and thank you, Sonia. And also Mark Miranda has kindly volunteered to be involved in this committee to select. So thank you all.
All right, thanks, Jim. Sounds like we have our 3 electors, so that's great. We have coming up in May, this is just kind of a save the date for right now. We usually have our district training assembly in Cottage Grove, and it's usually on a weekend. This year it's being held virtually, so I think it's kind of neat that it'll be available and accessible to a lot more Rotarians without having to get in the car and drive to Cottage Grove. It's going to be held on May 15th, 2021, and you can see on the left the 18 sessions. So they're having basically 35-minute breakout sessions on various elements of Rotary, including the foundation, district grants, global grants, diversity, equity, and inclusion, DAC-DB boot camp. And for those that don't know, DAC-DB is our online database with all of the details, club details and member contacts and so forth. Brand, youth programs that interact, creating great service projects, using Zoom for hybrid meetings, which hopefully we'll get to do in the not too distant future. Polio Plus, social media, Rotary's areas of focus, and training for secretaries, treasurers, and Rotary Foundation chairs. So the registration for that will open on April 6th. More details to come, but it's really a good way to learn about Rotary. And even if you're not on the board or a secretary, treasurer, or chair, they have some great info on what Rotary is and what it does. So since it is virtual, you know, you can attend from home. So more on that to come, but save the date on that if you have the time on May 15th. I have a few things from today in history, March 18th. 1881, Barnum and Bailey Circus, traveling as the greatest show on earth, debuts at Madison Square Garden in New York City. It would last 146 years before closing in 2017. 1959, US President Dwight D. Eisenhower signs the Hawaii Statehood Bill, which would make Hawaii our 50th state. And 1995, Michael Jordan announces he's ending his 17-month NBA retirement, which didn't last too long, but that was kind of exciting at the time. I also just read recently that it's been over 100 years since Albert Einstein published his theory of relativity. Seems like just yesterday. We don't have a sergeant at arms, I don't think today, but do we have any happy bucks or anything for the good of the order that anyone would like to share?
I do.
Yes, Andy?
I'm happy, $25. I was notified yesterday that I will be teaching in August for the creative arts community at Manuka, and we're gonna do it in person, not as many students, but what's great, the instructors will have their own room and they will be given their food at the door, and we get just special treatment. And that is really great because I've done that for about 25 years. So $25 happy.
Well, that is exciting. Congratulations, Sandy.
Yeah.
Sonia?
I'd like to put $20 towards the Seize the Day fund. And I am super happy. Yesterday was my first day back in the office that I've been fully vaccinated. And my office was not ready, but when I showed up for work today, a couple of my coworkers had come in super early, gotten it all cleared out. They've been using it as a storage closet. They got it all cleared out. They vacuumed the floors and they made me, oh, I can't show it to you, but it's a really awesome, says Warrior Strong, and it's got all of my important, the last day of my radiation treatment and then numbers that mean how many treatments I had. Anyway, super cool. And I'll say I'm $20 happy to my Seize the Day account.
Well, thanks, Sonia. That's really awesome. And congrats on getting that second vaccination. Before the meeting, I was just mentioning that Guy is at the fairgrounds. Well, I think he had an appointment at 11:45 and told me to have a computer ready for him to come and watch Zoom on. So I see the desk is still empty. So I might have to go check on him here in a minute if I don't see him soon. Anybody else have any happy bucks? Marcia?
I'll be happy because my daughter, all on her own, and I did not push her, but she knows I'm a big Let's Donate Blood advocate. She asked me if I would go donate blood with her and she could donate blood for the first time because once you're 16, you can. And so we donated blood together yesterday, $10 happy.
Wow, kudos for that. That's awesome. Anybody else with happy bucks or announcements? I think we're going to have plenty of time to kill today with no sergeant at arms. And let's see, Brian.
Yeah, I'm $10 happy. Girls varsity soccer got to play another game last night and are still undefeated. So that was very exciting. And I actually got to be there in person finally instead of watching on TV as an official volunteer ball washer.
All right. Well, thanks, Brian. That's great. Yeah, it's neat to see school sports resuming. I know my daughter's sure excited to get back to school too. Anybody else with happy bucks or announcements?
You know, I happy buck. I will pay $25 towards my Paul Harris. My daughter just stopped by. She was in town with a couple of friends. My partner's not yet fully vaccinated, so they haven't stayed with us in over a year. Although we do have social distance masked visits occasionally. So they just stopped by and I got to have an hour visit, which is why I was late. So $25 happy.
All right, exciting. Thanks, Ursula. I see Forrest had his hand up. He had a happy buck.
Yes, Forrest is very happy because he is now a walker. Some of the folks on the vocational committee got to see the video, but he has taken his first steps and he's now confidently walking everywhere, all over the place, all the time.
Yeah, why don't you mention how you had to forest proof your coffee table?
You know, it's anything that he can get his hands on, he does, and anything that he can use to climb up onto a surface to get his hands on things, he does. So I call it seeding territory, and now the ratio of territory in the hands of the opposition is higher than the territory controlled by management.
Well, that's great.
Laura, how happy is Forrest?
You know, Forrest is, gosh.
11 months.
Yeah, but Forrest is 48 weeks old, so he will be $48 happy to my Paul Harris, please.
Wow. It's gonna take a few years to work that off in chores, I think, but that's exciting. Thanks, Lola. Anybody else before we get into the program?
Hey, Freddie, it's Laura.
Hey, Laura.
So we've, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the publicity that's gone out. We're gonna have, instead of it being Newport reads this year, it's gonna go countywide, and it's Lincoln County reads. And so the whole county is gonna be able to get involved in a community reads program. And our author talk is with Madeline Miller, who's the author of Circe, and she's gonna be providing a virtual program on Sunday, April 25th from 3 to 4 p.m. If you guys are interested in attending, it's free. Please go to the library's website, Newport Library's website, and you can find the registration information. And if you need to pick up a book, if you have not read Circe by Madeline Miller, all of the libraries in Lincoln County, including the Oregon Coast Community College and the Gwen Library, have copies available, as well as their ebooks and e-audiobooks available.
All right, thank you, Laura. Mary Kay.
So Freddie, I just would like to add to that, because the Lincoln County Library District is one of the organizations working on that. And I'm the one who's approving the sign up for the webinar. So I will be keeping track, and I will be announcing who has not signed up every week.
She'll shame you.
Yeah, just saying. I am just saying. No, it should be a really great program, and the book is fabulous. So.
All right, well, thanks, Mary Kay and Laura. It sounds like we better go sign up. Keith.
Yes, I was sitting here watching our two students of the month and noticing Melinda Dye also in attendance, and I thought I'd pass on an opportunity. Just came by as a foundation this week. We had a student of the month that had been a scholarship applicant and received 5 figures of scholarships through 7 different funds we administer here at the Lincoln County Foundation. And he hadn't claimed those scholarships yet. So we reached out to him and he said, well, he didn't intend on claiming them yet. He had other scholarships that he was using to get through his undergrad, and he wanted to use those foundation-based scholarships for his grad school. So as a freshman, he's already plotted his path financially through undergrad and basically his first year of grad school being funded. So I just like Melinda and Hannah and Kylie to understand that there's some great opportunities through the benevolence of our community that is there for just applying and seeking. There's a lot of people in the community wish you great success and are willing to fund that great success. So don't take scholarship applications lightly. They mean a lot. And I'll give $10 to my Paul Harris just in that regard.
All right, thanks, Keith. Anybody else? Hard to see all the squares, but I don't see anybody. So I think I'll turn it over to Melinda Dye, and I would also throw in that, Melinda has been a real great advocate for the students. Ever since I've been involved in the four-way test and youth exchange and all of our youth-oriented programs, Melinda has really been an advocate in helping select the students. She collected applications for our four-way test speech contest, which actually she has for the last several years. So thanks for that, Melinda. We couldn't do it without you, and you're a real great resource for kids there at NHS.
Thank you, and I do appreciate all the Rotary does for our students, that's for sure. So we have 2 students of the month this year, this month, and Kylie Carver is our first one. And some of the athletics that she's been involved in are volleyball, golf, and cross country. She is also the Red Cross blood drive coordinator for our school. And during COVID times, of course, this has been very difficult because she's had to think outside the box. And then she's also a 4-H junior leader. And she's run club meetings in that respect. And so some of the fun activities or interests are the golf team and 4-H and hanging out with her friends and family. She plans on attending Eastern Washington University and studying and getting a bachelor's degree in dental hygiene. Our second student of the month is Hannah Driebergen, and she's been involved in she's received 7 different athletic letters. She's gotten 2 from volleyball, 1 basketball, 4 from track, and she's also been recognized as one of our athletes of the month. She has been involved in wildlife and is a leader in that group. It's a Christian youth group, and she has participated in many different community service opportunities, such as sports camps, school-wide cleanups, a marathon, etc. And her interests and hobbies are sports and spending time with her family and friends outdoors. She plans on attending Boise State University to become a physician's assistant. Please welcome our 2 students of the month, Kylie Carver and Hannah Driebergen.
All right. Well, thank you, Melinda. And did we want to give a little bit of talk a little bit about your plans and Kylie, you want to start it out?
Yeah, I can go ahead and
Okay.
start. So first off, I wanted to tell you guys thank you for having me. I'm super excited to have gotten this experience to be student of the month, especially with my best friend Anna, that we get to share this together. So post high school, I will be attending Eastern Washington University in Cheney, Washington. And I do plan to get a bachelor's degree in dental hygiene. And as excited as I am to move, I'm also really gonna miss being here because of the community and the awesome family and friends that I have here. Throughout high school, my parents, Paul and Jessica Carver, have been exceedingly supportive of me and my goals. They're both extremely hardworking and compassionate people, which drives me to be successful in my sports and education. I'm also really passionate about coordinating the high school blood drive. And because of wanting to help others, that is what has pushed me to want to go into dental hygiene. And so I'm super excited to pursue this goal and be able to help others. So thank you guys for your time. And I'm super excited that I've gotten to speak to you guys. So thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kylie. Hannah.
I'm very excited to be here today. One of my goals has always been to be student of the month, watching the seniors come back from lunch and put their little sticker on Mr. Hannah's table was always something that I look forward to. And unfortunately, that's not the case today, but I'm still very thankful to be here. With like all the uncertainty about how school's been going and what next fall holds for us, I decided that I wanted to branch out and push my limits and move 10 hours away from home. And as Miss Dye said, I am going to Boise State University in Boise, Idaho, and majoring in either biology or health sciences to become a physician's assistant. My decision was mostly based on the fact that I grew up in Idaho for a portion of my life, and I have plenty of family there, so I have a huge support system, and so that will make the whole moving process and settling in very easy for me. I love Idaho. Part of my heart's there, so I'm very excited to get the opportunity to go back and start over, meet new people, make new friends, and I'm very excited for it. I've always shown a passion in the medical field, and I love helping others, so I thought this would be a great opportunity and a great pathway for me, and I think that with all the hard work and perseverance that I've shown throughout high school, that I think I can make it in college. A great opportunity that I've recently received is through the district. They are providing for students from the district an opportunity to take the CNA course at the local college for free. So I got accepted into that, and I am taking that right now. And this will be a great opportunity for my resume to get as much experience as possible and find out if the medical field is truly for me. Like looking back on high school right now, I think I remember sitting in the comments my freshman year and everybody telling us like, these 4 years will go by so fast. And I was like, there's no way that that could happen. Like, these are going to be the longest 4 years of my life. But it has gone by very fast. And I am very thankful for all the opportunities I've had through sports and through leadership and through all the opportunities that the NHS community has given me. I appreciate Miss Dye and my mentor's help with applying to college and applying to scholarships. We have a great support team at our school, and I'm just so thankful to be a part of the NHS community because we truly have the best school and the best community. So thank you guys for inviting me to be here today.
All right, well, thank you, Hannah. And I agree, I think we have the best school too. So congrats on that CNA school. That's exciting, and boy, well deserved for both of you to be this month's students of the month. So as a thank you for being with us today, we'd like to vaccinate 50 children against polio in each of your names. That's one of our big projects at Rotary that we're closing in on eradicating the disease for good. So thanks again. I've got some plaques that I'll get over to the high school for you, and thanks for joining us. Great job. All right. So, oh, Guy, glad you made it. I was getting a little worried about you there for a minute. He's got his sticker on. All right, congrats. Okay, with that, I'll turn things over to our secretary, Jim.
And thank you, President Saxton. I'm going to deflect to Sonia if Sonia has the 50-50 ready, because I'm not quite ready just yet with the attendance. I can tell you that our organic attendance is 28 out of 57 members for a 49.1% attendance rate, but I do not yet have the attendance with makeup supplied. And so I'm trying to stall while Sonia is furiously trying to type, and we hope that her internet connectivity will hold up, because this is going to be the challenge when she goes to share screen. So Sonia, are you ready, or do you want me to keep babbling like a dunce?
No, I think I'm ready. So let's go ahead and go. And let me see if I can share my screen. And unfortunately, I accidentally hit the button. Actually, let me close that. Okay, so share screen. Here we go. Oh, and the total amount is $65. So the big winner will win $32.50. And it is going to be Ursula.
Thank you. Go ahead and put it towards my Paul Harris.
Will
Actually,
do.
I changed that. Go ahead and put it towards Seize the Day.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Congrats, Ursula. Thank you. Back to you, Jim. Are you ready?
I am, and so right now with makeup supplied, we are at 36 of 58 for a 62.1% attendance. And I would like to say thank you to the students of the month. It was my pleasure to meet each of you via Zoom here today. Thank you so much. And I believe the membership incentive is $10 this week, and it's going to keep going up because the membership incentive goes to Sonetta, who used the makeup today, and so she's in attendance, sort of, but not really. So next week, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be $15. Back to you, President Saxton.
All right. Thank you, Jim. And John, how about social media?
Yeah, we have a back-to-back winner, same as last week's winner is Jim Wendell. He is Mr. Facebook.
All right. Way to go, Jim. He's on a roll. So yeah, you know, we've got a few minutes left, John, and I was just thinking, you know, when we had our Seize the Day committee meeting a couple days ago, one of the things we talked about was that this year we're going to have online and virtual ticket sales. John's been working hard on a platform to make that happen. So I think that's really going to help with our sales and fundraising. You want to just say a few words about that, John?
Yeah, it was this morning. In fact, I was working with, it's called, what's it called? I forgot. Anyway, it's a website that they're a company that does this. They do online raffles, and we are working together to design a web page for that. So you will be able to purchase your Seize the Day dolphin adoptions through our website. So you can use your credit card. And I'm also working with Mark Miranda. We're gonna make it so you're gonna be able to pay your Rotary bill online also going through our website also. So yeah, we're joining the 21st century, or whatever century we're in right now.
John, yeah, I think. Oh, sorry.
John,
go ahead, Jim.
Yeah. This award that you keep giving me for my exceptional work around the computer, which you'd like. Anyway, you guys are too fast and I can't unmute myself. Give the $5 to Seize the Day so you don't have to send me a check. Is that all right?
We can do that.
Yeah, thanks, Jim.
Thanks, John.
That's great. We're already raising money for Seize the Day. Yeah, one of the nice things about promoting it online too, with the online ticket sales, is that we'll be able to share this to other clubs in the district, and hopefully we'll beat our last fundraising amount, which was pretty good in itself. So. All right, well, we had a few other things on the agenda. One new member to induct, who I don't think is here today, so we've got a little bit of time left. Does anyone have any last minute announcements or anything they'd like to share?
Actually, I do, Freddie.
Oh, yeah,
First, I did text Noemi in France. She said that COVID is not getting that much better there that she can perceive. They expect another lockdown. So let's keep in mind those parts of the world that are still really in the thick of it and not lose sight. And I also have a 4-minute video I'd love to share. I used to share this with people who, back in June and July, were getting depressed and thinking, when are we ever going to get back to normal? And I think the whole point of it is we want to be better than what we were before. So I don't know if I should wait till after the meeting or if I can just start that 4-minute share now. It's called The Great Realization.
Well, I think we have 4 minutes if you can figure out the tech end of things.
Oh, no worries if I'm allowed to share. So
John will set that up. There we go.
I got it.
Tell me the one about the virus again, then I'll go to bed.
But my boy, you're growing weary, sleepy thoughts about your head.
Please, that one's my favorite. I promise just once more.
Okay, snuggle down, my boy, though I know you know full well. The story starts before then, in a world I once would dwell. It was a world of waste and wonder, poverty and plenty, back before we understood why hindsight's 2020. You see, the people came up with companies to trade across all lands, but they swelled and got much bigger than we ever could have planned. We'd always had our wants, but now it got so quick, you could have anything you dreamed of in a day. And with a click, we noticed families had stopped talking. That's not to say they never spoke, but the meaning must have melted and the work-life balance broke. And the children's eyes grew squarer, and every toddler had a phone. They filtered out the imperfections, but amidst the noise, they felt alone. And every day the skies grew thicker, till you couldn't see the stars. So we flew in planes to find them, while down below, we filled our cars. We'd drive around all day in circles. We'd forgotten how to run. We swapped the grass for tarmac, shrunk the parks till there were none. We filled the sea with plastic, because our waste was never capped, until each day when you went fishing, you'd pull them out, already wrapped. And while we drank and smoked and gambled, our leaders taught us why. It's best to not upset the lobbies. More convenient to die. But then in 2020, a new virus came our way. The governments reacted and told us all to hide away. While we all were hidden, amidst the fear, and all the while, people dusted off their instincts. They remembered how to smile. They started clapping to say thank you, and calling up their mums. And while the car keys gathered dust, they would look forward to their runs. And with the skies less full of voyagers, the earth began to breathe, and the beaches bore new wildlife that scuttled off into the seas. Some people started dancing, some were singing, some were baking. We'd grown so used to bad news, but saw good news was in the making. And so when we found the cure, and were allowed to go outside, we all preferred the world we found to the one we'd left behind. Old habits became extinct, and they made way for the new. And every simple act of kindness was now given its due.
But why did it take a virus to bring the people back together?
Well, sometimes you've got to get sick, my boy, before you start feeling better. Now lie down and dream of tomorrow, and all the things that we can do. And who knows, if you dream hard enough, maybe some of them will come true. We now call it the Great Realization. And yes, since then there have been many. But that's the story of how it started, and why hindsight's 2020.
If you look at the camera, they...
Thanks for sharing, Sylvia. I thought that was good, great. All right, let's see. I guess with that, I will, let's see. Next meeting, we have Sheriff Landers joining us, giving us an update on county corrections and COVID in the county, an update. So hope to see everyone next Thursday for that. Let's see. Richard, would you like to take us out with the 5-way test? I can't see Richard, I think you might be muted.
There you go. I was trying to find my screen. It evolved and moved before I could get unmuted there, so apologize for that. So yes, Freddie, the Rotary 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And fifth, and most importantly, is it fun?
There you go. Well, thanks a bunch, Richard, and great to see everybody here. Hope you join us next week for Zoom number 45, closing in on that day when we get to do the hybrids. So have a great week.